There's a killer on the loose. I'm in Salad and I saw Sleepaway Camp. It is directed by Robert Hiltzik. The movie starts with a tragedy. It's very tragic, mind you. It's the most tragic thing I've ever seen. Even more tragic than Friday the 13th, which is pretty much the same opening, too. We got a couple of kids. They drowned. They got at this campsite and with a lake. And it's like, what is happening? Oh my goodness, they're just going to keep it open, yes. It's not a campsite, it's a summer camp with like full-on cabins and such. I've been to a couple of summer camps. None like this, though. This is super cozy. I find it hilarious when we have a bunch of these kids running off of those buses, and it's like, oh my goodness, have you ever heard of single file lines? Bro, you're gonna get hurt, and we have adults like limply like, hey, come on, you gotta go this way. And it's like, none of them are listening to you, obviously. What are you doing with your life? Also, we got a really gross guy while we see a bunch of children running past him, excited to go to the summer camp with all these cabins and such. This really gross guy is like, I like him young. And I'm like, dude, gross. Get out of... I want you dead immediately. I want him gone. Of course, I like the setup of the summer camp, the structure of the summer camp. From what I can tell, there's a lot of free time, which is fun and such like that. The summer camps that I've been to, not a lot of free time. It's always been like jam-packed activities, and I'm sure there's some activities happening off screen. I just see a lot of teenagers talking to each other in mixed genders. Don't you know what's going to happen? We have teenagers. They're having a little talky time with the opposite gender. Don't you know what happens? It's bad. This is not a recipe for success. This is a recipe for disaster. Of course, it's lunchtime, which is the best time of the day. We have a corn on the cob, which is being made. We got some boiling water. And I'm just thinking, guy, why are you adding salt after it's boiling? Just add salt to it while it's boiling. Of course, mind my nitpick, though. This guy gets justice. This is the same guy who's like trying to lure this chick. Her name's Angela. Lure this chick into a closet kind of pantry situation. Basically, she's up against the wall, Angela is, and this guy's like, I'm going to undo my belt. I'm like, please, no. I'm so glad that Angela's cousin is there to save her from this guy, but this guy, he gets the sweet justice that he deserves. This full boiling pot of water gets dumped on him. Well, actually, you know what exactly happens? I love the part where we see the stool from under him, since he's a little short guy. Of course he's a little short guy. And he gets a little stool removed from under him, and he's like an idiot trying to grab onto this boiling pot of water, and when he falls, he dumps the water onto himself. I'm like, dude, let go of the boiling water. But you know what, at the same time, I'm really happy that he got boiled. I'm like, yes, sweet, this is awesome. Of course, we have adults trying to hide what is happening, and I'm just like, dude, if you're trying to hide what has happened, you're gonna get more people injured. But these adults are like, nope, let's just keep them away from the parents and from the other teenagers. And I'm just thinking, oh, well, there's clearly somebody out to do a murder, death, kill over here. Like, are you serious? You gotta lock the entire place down. Treat it as if it's prison. School is already prison. They already know what it's like. I do like the fun conversations between each group of children. And since this entire movie is based on the children, I feel it's like super campy, and the children are endearing and, a little bit cute. Normally, I hate children in media, but these actors, although their acting is like not the best, I still feel like some sort of like campy love towards them, and I'm like, please do not die. Man, this brings back so many memories to the time of which I was a child and growing up with all these children around me, because I was a child, and all of this influence that you get from the other children. So I understand like the peer pressure that's happening within these situations. As an adult now, I'm just like, you don't have to do what the The group does. You don't have to do that. But I understand as a child, you don't understand better. So it's kind of fun seeing the situations in which the children land themselves in. Like the little pranks that happen upon each other. Like, for example, Angela is quiet. I was like Angela when I was her age. I felt the same. I'm just going to sit here, observe, be quiet, and just chill, I guess. Not say much to other people. And there's a lot of people who would pester me, like, why aren't you talking? Why aren't you talking? And although I would be, like, talking to them, more of the case, though, in my case, is that actually I never got to talk to a lot. But Angela's getting talked to a lot. I'm like, how? Why is everyone so interested in Angela? Why is everyone trying to get her to say something? Leave her alone. Just let her chill. I don't know, be talking to your friends, but not to her. Maybe I just am not a social person, which is probably why I don't understand the need to everybody to talk to Angela all the time. Just let her live, okay? There's also this chick who's like insistent on bullying Angela and like picking on her, and it's like, are you serious? I really hope you die. Like, I honestly hope you die. And I am so on Angela's side. She's not doing anything. We got people picking on her all the time. Angela uses her cousin as some sort of safety shield, I feel, or at least I think the cousin's more protective of Angela, and Angela's just kind of there. Although she lets stuff happen to her. We have those bully teenager girls who are like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna carry Angela and throw her in the water with no concern about whether she can swim or not. I love the girl who antagonizing her the entire time is just doing this. Oh yeah, Angela, I got you. You're gonna get wet now. And it's like, oh my goodness, girl, chill out. Oh my goodness, take a dive. And Angela gets splashed. It's so funny. I love seeing Angela struggle, which is weird because it's like she can clearly swim kind of, but not really. There's some sort of like nuance to the Angela struggling that I just particularly enjoy. Everyone keeps picking on Angela, and meanwhile, there's a killer on the loose. I mean, seriously, there's so many ways, so many creative ways that the killer uses to kill these people. My favorite, or at least one of my favorites, is taking like a little broom, locking somebody in the bathroom stall, closing the door, and making sure that you have the little, what is those netting called? The little net, and then sticking a beehive, a literal beehive. There's so many bees, all the bees.
Not the bees!
There's also a shower slasher. Someone gets slashed in the shower. And this is a great transition where you can see some of my shower videos, and you can help support the daily grindiness of all these movies at my link tree. Spicy sight. Let's move on with the movie review, though. There's a supervisor, Mel. He finds the shower slasher's victim body, and then he walks out, and he gets an arrow through his neck. And I'm just like, whoa, man, I love these shots. I love the creativity in these shots. I gotta admit, the acting in this movie is not the best, but the composition of the shots, the specific shots used to imply action, like, for example, cutting between the chick's reaction in the shower and the guy stabbing through the shower, like having that quick cut succession there, that was awesome. And then like seeing Mel's reaction to somebody with an arrow, and then Mel's neck getting arrowed, that was great. I love that so much. Of course, less people are showing up, so the adults are naturally concerned. They're like, okay, we gotta find everybody. Do not split up. Please, gotta be in pairs. And I'm just like, please, yeah, do not split up, please. The police gets involved too. Also, Paul. Oh my goodness, Paul. Why you gotta be like, oh, I'm just gonna trust Angela now. I trusted Angela until I saw her with a knife and the head of Paul off of his body, and Angela's there. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Angela. I did not suspect you at all. I thought that you were going to be a final girl type. But actually, your crazy mother, because she was talking at the beginning of the movie very crazily to Angela and Angela's brother, right? And I'm like, okay, she's just crazy honkers, nonkers. What's a good word for Zuni? Bonkers. She's bonkers in the head. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of terrifying living with a bonkers lady. But what's even more bonkers is what the lady did to Angela. Took a boy, right, and made that boy into a girl, which is Angela. And I'm like, this is terrible. This is insane behavior. This is awful. What? It wasn't even on the child. It wasn't the child's will to do it. It was the victim here. And of course, it seemed like Angela has snapped and is in fact the murder-death killer. And I'm like, I was not suspecting that at all. Oh my goodness. It seems like Angela's inner being has come out. Very ferocious, very intense, and I'm scared. I'm like, whoa, that was great. I loved this movie's pacing. Somehow, I thought at the beginning, like, this is bad acting. I don't know if this is gonna be good. This is so super goofy. But then, once the murders started happening, that was when I was like, okay, this is serious. There was a tone shift. There's a dramatic tone shift. Like, for example, the lighthearted nature at the beginning, and then the serious nature and the more intense tension that's built. That nature. And I loved it. And also I felt like the pacing was great. Again, the bad acting was very campy in a lovable way. It was fun. It was a very fun movie. I feel like I would recommend this movie to people. I definitely enjoyed this movie more than The Room. And I say The Room because The Room has bad acting and there's a plot there. But this execution, I felt was great. It was a great execution of this idea, which was a great idea. I enjoyed it. I was definitely not expecting Angela to be the one doing the slashing. The colors were awesome. And also the camera work was great too, especially at the establishing shot with we're at the lake and we could see the trees and it's just a little swivel. And a little swivel of establishing the setting. I really enjoyed that. The colors overall was great. I'm a big fan of the colors in this movie. Because I like this movie so much. And even though there's bad acting, I can't blame them. It's children. You're dealing with children. Although the adults were not nearly as good as I would want an adult to be at acting. So, especially the insane, crazy lady. She was wild. Oh my goodness, she's so wild. Although I think I'm supposed to be convinced that she's insane. So her performance definitely convinced me of that. So I gotta give this movie like a solid 7.3 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer. So if I haven't reviewed on a channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If I'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. You can fast track a movie review at patreon.com/ASEPresents. $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month. $3 a month how to draw Pokemon tutorials posted early and first, all at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree, find the way that you can help support the daily grind of all these daily movie reviews. So you can go here, and until next time, I'm Mint Salad. I'll see you later, my side croutons, big bits.